Well, as some of you know, we are heading toward Warp Speed Ahead for episode 100. I can't believe it either, people. And so I have invited back some of my favorite people and some of your favorite people, and Hazel is in the background barking, and I'm leaving it in. If you can hear it, she's got something to say. I think she should be part of the show too. Not editing that out. The last time we spoke was February 24th, 2021. The world has changed a little bit. So if you want to hear the full episode, go to February 24th, 2021 in the episode guide. But here right now with me again are the road trippers, Tanya and Ryan. How are you?
Woo! Hello.
Hi.
Hey, listen. So, how does it feel to be our number eight most downloaded episode of all time? Does that make you feel good? Weird?
That's amazing. And also, how do we get to number one?
Yeah, seriously. Do we need to have a street team? Do we need to hand out postcards? What's the deal?
Yeah, you got to get on that. All right, let's catch up a little bit here for a couple questions that some people may have, and I know they have. Tanya, how is the car?
She is awesome. Her name is Phoenix. So she has probably put on her 80th 1,000 mile. I'm still learning a lot of things about Phoenix, but
like
she's
how
been
to
great.
Count mileage.
See, I'm still pressing a lot of buttons, and I'm just like, oh, I never knew that this existed.
It was so funny when you said she is put on. I was like, wait, like it's a car. Like what?
Oh no, she's got a personality of her own.
And she's done some travels around? Yes. Where has she gone?
I've done a lot of road tripping up to the Catskills and Hudson, New York. So a lot of upstate New York stuff. She actually, I think when Ryan and I drove down, I did another road trip with my boyfriend through the Blue Ridge Mountains. So we did there's a whole stretch, I think 400 miles that we ended up doing. So she's traveled quite a bit.
Ryan, you have had some adventures of your own even recently. Catch us up, because you have teamed up recently with Shira Lazar, who my path crossed with 1,000,000 years ago, but forget about that. What are you doing with Shira Lazar?
Oh my gosh, I didn't know you knew Shira. Okay, so I have been for the past few years I've been doing political analyst stuff on the radio and stuff like that. And then and one of the net channels I've been doing that for is Channel Q, which is the only nationally syndicated full-time LGBTQ FM radio station. And Shira is a co-host of their afternoon program. And I've been in the last few weeks, I've started filling in for them as a guest co-host. And the show I've done that on the most is the afternoon show with Shira. So I've gone from hearing her voice for 5 minutes at a time when I call in to do political analyst bits to spending hours at a time with her. And I have to say, she is one of my new favorite humans. She's just an incredible person.
Oh, watch out, Tanya.
I know. I heard that. Yeah. I'll remember that, Ryan.
We have it recorded now.
No, let me just say, Tanya has always been one of my oldest favorite people.
Oh boy, oldest! Wow. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's ask Tanya her weight now. Let's just go for broke, Ryan. Jesus.
Oh,
I still love you, Ryan.
I love you too, no matter what. But we we actually did go on another road trip recently as well. That's another adventure.
Okay, this is the question that keeps getting asked. Believe it or not, you might only be number 8, and number 8 is a great thing to be in our top 100 shows that, we're going to get to here. But I got to tell you, you guys shouldn't say you guys, y'all, see, because guys is sexist, but y'all have gotten the most questions, the most mail, the most comments. People really, 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 really loved your show. And I was going to ask, why do you think that is? 1, and 2, have there been any more road trips?
Well, yes.
Yes.
Just yes. Yeah.
Just
We're
yes.
amazing.
Obviously, Tanya and I somehow managed to laugh for hours, actually days or even weeks at a time together. And I think it's just good to know that other people hear it and actually also laugh, that we're not. I mean, we are crazy in our own ways, but it's not just like, our own little bubble, and then we get out into the rest of the world and people look at us like, what? like we may have talked about this before, but I always think about when we both got tested before we went on, for COVID, before we went on the road trip we shared with you, and how we both did this little hop skip jump thing when we got our negative test results in front of other people, and they seemed
A
to,
line full of people.
yeah, and they seemed to think we were adorable, so that was good. We're not being committed anytime soon, I guess. I don't mean to make, jokes that are not appropriate given that they make light of mental health issues. However, it is a relief that people think we're adorable and not, a burden or a nuisance.
Tanya, where was the latest road trip to?
Oh my God, Ryan, where did we go?
Maine. We went to
Oh,
Maine.
that's right. We went to Maine. It's funny because I was just like, we went to go see Phoebe. So
Yes.
so it's another really good friend of ours who, when I think about Maine, I don't think about we're going to see Maine. We're just going to see Phoebe in Maine.
That's because going to see Maine is an idea that none of us really want to persist in. I gotta say, I mean, I love this country and every part of it. But boy, if I never went to Maine again in my life, it would be too soon.
To my Maine listeners, I still love you. Yeah, the sponsor that I just had in Maine who's pulled out, I'm sorry.
I mean, look, I just recently confessed to Phoebe. I was like, I love you. I love that you love Maine, but it's not a destination I think about. I think about Costa Rica or, Portland, Oregon, not Portland, Maine.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly. I mean, Maine is loved by many, and I appreciate, I support and respect their love. It's just not for me.
I have to say, okay, so Steve, so we went ahead and we did a Mainer thing, which was, or a touristy thing, which was go get lobsters.
Sure.
And I'm ruined by Ryan's reaction to us eating lobsters, like breaking open the lobsters. I didn't realize that Ryan, I was like, oh, well, Ryan's probably okay with us, just defiling this lobster for our lunch. And the looks and the gags we got for our whole lunch, I am forever changed.
And I'm glad. And I'm glad because I'm the vegan, and good for Ryan. Ryan has just made his way back into my life. He was out. Now he's back in.
This is a full circle moment. Wow. I have to say, I really thought I could hang. I remember as a kid eating shellfish and it would be fine. But something about watching it, the little face and the sounds it made, and all those sounds are wet sounds too. They gush. It's not like you broke a twig. It's like crack. It's just disgusting. And this is not the only food mishap we had on this trip, by the way. We went to this restaurant. All the food, literally every meal we had was a disappointment. But the first dinner we had in Maine, we went to this restaurant that Phoebe actually used to work at and recommended. And so there was this chicken sandwich situation, and we thought there was going to be a breast of chicken between bread, but it was not. It was ground chicken for some reason, which is an extra step no one needs to take. And it had something in it that I've literally never reacted to anything food the way that I wanted to throw. As soon as it was set down in front of me, I wanted to throw up. It was I was nauseous. I needed extra glass. I had to leave. I literally left until it was even other things touched the food. And if they smelled like the food, I was the chicken, I was disgusted. I was really, really genuinely my whole body, I was nauseous for even after they took it away, I was still nauseous. Turns out it had a seasoning called Aleppo in it, which I did not know. I thought Aleppo was a place, not a seasoning. But I mean, I'm apparently very allergic to it or something. And now I know anytime I am, near Aleppo, I just need to leave, not the place, but the seasoning.
You need to Alivo.
I need to Alivo Aleppo.
Yep.
Well, here's a great part that I can say right now is, Ryan, you can go check out the episode guide of World Gone Good to look up Vegan Gone Good and Kathy Freston Gone Good and Alejandra Gone Good. These are all plant-based vegan shows that will change your life. And if you want to look as good as I do, everyone included who's listening at 52 years old, when people say... Yep. People say to me, "You're 52." And I'm like, "Go on." And they go, "You don't look like 51." And I'm like, "Fuck you." I highly recommend you check that out. It is great talking to both of you. Here's the main thing that I want to ask you to sum this whole thing up. How are you now? How is the world for both of you? Tanya, how's the world for you right now compared to the last time we talked?
Oh my goodness. I am walking around with less panic. I am seeing hope in a whole new way. And I think that's something that Ryan and I both come together on a lot lately, is that, we're looking forward to our future. We're looking forward to, I'm going to get to visit him in Pasadena next month. And I'm feeling really good. Bottom line.
Great. Right. Final answer. Ryan, are you feeling equally satiated?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel really positive. I feel really hopeful about, we've come through a couple of years that were really tough, I think, for everybody. And I think both of us personally have had a lot of challenges on top of that. And it's really lovely to feel like, the light on the end, basking in the light at the end of that tunnel. And also, it's something Tanya and I get to do together. We share so much of this, what's going on in our lives with each other. So getting to celebrate what's going well has been a nice feature of our, near constant communication of late.
If you want to check out the entire Road Trip Gone Good, you can just go into your episode guide right now and listen to Tanya and Ryan's fantastic journey. It has a nice little twist to it that comes a little unexpected, even to me when it was happening, and I think it'll be fun for you too. Check out the episode guide for February 24th, 2021. Tanya and Ryan, so good to talk to you.
Likewise. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Steve.
And I get to talk to you, I hope, soon. And maybe we'll do a recording of the next road trip.
Yes.